In 1957, there was one thing on everyone's mind: space. In America, there was one goal: beat the Soviets. And in the U.S.S.R., the goal was a little different. They had already launched the first satellite into space, Sputnik. And 1 month after Sputnik, they'd take yet another step into space ahead of the U.S. They sent the first animal into orbit.
This dog may well be the forerunner that points the way to journeys to the moon.
Her name was Laika, a stray Husky-mix that scientists picked up from the streets of Moscow. She was small and calm, a perfect candidate for spaceflight. Scientists wanted to use Laika as a test to see whether or not it would be safe for humans to travel into space, and how zero gravity would affect them. On November 3rd, Laika took off on board Sputnik 2. But since the small satellite was built right after the first Sputnik, it wasn't made for re-entry, which meant that Laika would not come home. Sputnik 2 circled Earth for 5 months, but Laika only survived the first chapter of the journey, takeoff. In 2002, the BBC reported the dog's fate was less charmed than the week Laika had been originally reported to have spent in space. Even though she did not survive her monumental trip into orbit, Laika paved the way for other animals in space. By May 1959, NASA had sent 3 monkeys into space successfully.
In fact, the monkeys came down safely near Antigua. Reported none the worse.
Then the Soviets put 2 more dogs into orbit in August of 1960. And of course, there was Ham the chimpanzee, who took flight in January 1961.
The Astro chimp seemed none the worse, except for a bruise on his nose.
Ham wasn't just a passenger. He performed tasks and interacted with the spaceship. And Ham's mission led to Alan Shepard's historic spaceflight on Freedom 7. There have been plenty of animals in space, plenty of scientific advancements and discoveries. But Laika will be remembered as the first animal to explore the solar system.